Chapter 13. "Oh no!" Sean wailed beside me. "What have you done to him? How did you do this?" I cried. Jack tapped me on the shoulder again with his hook.
"It's a fair trade, don't you agree? An admiral for a captain," he laughed.
Sean and I stared in horror at the bouncing figure, the bulging stomach, the white hair falling from under his cap, the white mustache, our uncle's red face, frozen in an open-mouthed scream of horror. Jack the Knife stood watching us, a wide grin on his face.
"As ye can see, your uncle can't come to your rescue."
You can't do this," I stammered.
"Captain Jack the Knife can do anything,"
Salty McGee said.
"No, he can't do everything,"
Pepper disagreed.
"Yes, he can. I beg to differ."
Jack raised his hook to stop the two-headed sailor from arguing with himself. He took the jack-in-the-box of Uncle Jim from my hands and handed it to another sailor.
"Would you like the old admiral back?"
he asked Sean and me.
"Would you like everything to go back to normal?"
I didn't answer the question. I signaled Sean with my eyes. "Run," I whispered. We both took off, running toward the far wall. If we could shove aside the heavy net that covered the door, perhaps we could escape. Jack and his pirates, startled by our sudden move, froze for a moment. I hurtled past him, dodged Mad Madeline, and dove toward the net. "Head for the lighthouse, Sean," I called. "Maybe we'll be safe there."
"No, you won't,"
said Salty McGee, springing to life.
"Yes, they will,"
said Pepper, his other head.
"Stop them! You stop them!"
Salty shouted.
"You stop them!"
Pepper shot back. The two-headed sailor spread his arms, preparing to tackle us. Sean ducked to the right. I ducked to the left, and we darted right past him. He spun around. Too late. The shouts of Jack and his pirates rang out behind us. Sean and I were nearly to the net on the wall. I could see the door behind it clearly now. I dove for the door when I heard Sean's cry. I turned and saw the big chimp tackle Sean from behind. With a loud grunt, Sean went down on his belly. Chuckles hopped onto Sean's back and began jumping up and down on him.
"No!"
A cry escaped my throat.
"Clam bake on the beach! Clam bake on the beach!"
Mad Madeline was screaming. Did she ever make any sense at all? I lowered my shoulder and bumped the chimp hard. Chuckles toppled off Sean and struggled to catch his balance. That gave me just enough time to grab Sean's hand and pull him to his feet.
"Clam bake on the beach!"
I heard Mad Madeline's cry behind us as we reached the net. Sean and I both frantically tore at the net, struggling to push it aside.
"Stop them! Stop them, you lugs!"
Jack was screaming. The pirates closed in. Hands grabbed for us. I ducked my shoulder, tried to squirm free. The net fell away, and I grabbed the doorknob, twisted it, and Sean and I burst through. We ducked our heads and kept running. The angry shouts and cries followed close behind us. Whoa! Wait a minute. The door didn't lead back to the room with all of Uncle Jim's treasures. We were outside. Sean and I were running through tall grass. Breathing hard, my heart pounded so fast my chest ached. I saw the blue-green ocean ahead of us, sparkling under the low afternoon sun. "Where is the lighthouse?" Sean cried. We both spun in a circle. No sign of the lighthouse. It was gone. But that was impossible. The house, I realized, was different. This house was built of dark stone and had black shutters over all the windows. "Everything has changed," I cried. I couldn't keep my voice from trembling. I gasped breath after breath. "We did this, Sean. When we opened the Jack-in-the-Box. Don't you see? We changed everything." We heard shouts from the house and then clomping footsteps. We turned and started to run again. A narrow dirt path led down to the beach. And to our left, I saw the wood plank dock. The dock that Uncle Jim's tiny boat had been moored at. "Oh no!" A cry escaped my throat as I saw the big sailing ship anchored at the dock now. Not our uncle's tiny speedboat, but a two-masted sailing ship with black sails. A pirate ship. The pirates came after us, blocking our getaway. We had no choice. Sean and I ran onto the dock. Our shoes thudded loudly on the wood planks. The little dock swayed under our footsteps. Waves splashed up against both sides of the narrow dock. I felt the cold spray on my skin. Wave after wave crashed over the shore. High clouds dotted the afternoon sky. Panting for breath, we ran to the end of the dock. Surrounded by rolling waves now. Nothing but the ocean and the enormous pirate ship, bobbing in the water to our right. Trapped. Nowhere to run. The pirates closed in on us, led by Jack the Knife. They didn't even have to run. They knew they had us trapped on the dock. Sean and I exchanged frantic glances. Should we jump into the ocean? No, we weren't strong swimmers. Besides, there was nowhere we could swim to safety. My heart pounded as we stood side by side on the edge of the dock. Water splashing up on three sides of us. The dock trembling under the weight of all of us as we watched Jack and his pirates move closer, already grinning in triumph. "Are they going to push us into the water?" Sean asked in a tiny voice. I could barely hear him over the pounding waves. A wave crashed over my feet, sending a shiver of cold up my body. I kept my eyes on Jack as he led his pirates toward us. He had a jagged knife raised in his hand, the blade gleaming in the red afternoon sunlight. His hook was raised, menacingly. He was ready for battle. "Please," I stuttered as he stepped up close. "Please." Sean pressed against me. Nowhere to back away. Our heels were already over the edge of the dock. One push, and we'd be in the tossing waters. Jack lowered his knife. His eyes were on me.
"I believe I asked a question before you decided to leave so rudely, my girl."
I swallowed. A question?" He nodded.
"I believe I asked if ye would like to get your uncle back. If ye would like to return to your old life."
Yes, definitely yes," I answered breathlessly. "Yes, how can we get Uncle Jim back? Tell us," Sean cried. Jack rubbed his chin with his hook.
"Well, listen carefully," he said. "There's only one way you can do it."